got to jump from place to place. People, do you know what you're looking at? You are looking at the proof that baptizing is a process of intoxication. You have never seen a baptism. They do not exist. They ceased to exist several hundred years after Christianity began. But Christianity did have time to actually baptize. And oh God, look at this. You know what this phrase says? Kai kare barunti, kai be baptismenoi eoiken. Yeah, he's describing to us certain effects, to make a long story short, certain effects of things on the body. Yeah. And he says, you know what these people act like? They act like they have been baptized, right? Like they have been intoxicated. They've entered into a state of complete and total mind transference. This is psychotropic and psychedelic out the backside, people. There we were at the three fountains with the Indians, and they are getting high, right? They're getting high, and he's going to tell us what happens. So he says, look, you know, what happens to the children when they drink, and the things that the grown people dare to do when they're possessed by Pan. Those things, I don't have enough time to talk about those things, but I'll tell you, the old people, the things that they do, whenever they get wasted, methustosin, right? You see the methylated root on there, right? Whenever they get wasted on this water, what do they do? What do they do? Well, first of all, you got to know the water is possessed by Silenus, right? And so that'll kind of give you an understanding. What do? They immediately go mute. They can't talk, right? And it's very much like someone who is intoxicated and baptized. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The people who are intoxicated, the ones whose minds are drifting, right? They're baptized. Baptism causes you to enter into an altered state. And you say, oh, now I get it. Now it makes sense, right? That's the fun about just reading the Greek, is it clears up things about the Bible that you sounded fairy tale to you and hokey, right? When Jesus is baptized by John, what happens? Dude sees heaven split open and a dove descending on him, runs off, oh God, into what they call the eremon, the wilderness.
The verb baptizo that gives us the English word baptize literally means submerge in Greek. LSJ documents a metaphorical usage of this term like drowning in debt, and the category also has an example of soaked in wine, pointing at Plato's Symposium, where it's clearly used as a euphemism for getting drunk, literally getting soaked. This exact same euphemism is used by Lucian and Dionysius to describe people getting wasted. It's just ancient Greek slang. This is not some groundbreaking revelation that is going to overturn our understanding of how the word baptizo is used in the majority of contexts where it describes literal submersion in liquid, and later Christian texts where it describes baptism. Baptizo is simply not a drug term. No competent scholar would ever draw that conclusion. Like all of Dr. Hillman's theories, this one too is a big nothing burger. And then he proceeds